Hey guys, it's Mistress Nightmare here, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to post any new videos for you guys for the past couple of days. I was recently in a car accident. And nothing to be worried about. I am fine, just a few bruises here and there. Though it was startling to be in an accident in the first place. But today we'll be reading a new Yandere one-shot story. It is called Way Out Yandere Masky. Before we get started, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe to this channel if you guys want more creepypasta fanfictions out there. Until then, let's get started. I didn't know what I did to deserve this. I didn't know when it started, but it did. I became more paranoid with my surroundings. I became jumpy when someone touched me. I was afraid to go outside. I was afraid to be alone, especially in the dark. I started to lock all the doors and windows. I started recording myself when I sleep. I'm scared. But whatever I do, it only gets worse. I have received notes, gifts from my stalker. I received mysterious phone calls. I have eyes watching my every move. I have chills running down my spine. I was always walking with an empty space beside me. I'm always coming home to open drawers. Panties and bras scattered. Everything was, some even missing, and the bed disheveled. I'm terrified. What's bad is I live in almost isolated house with 2 floors and a backyard that has acres of bricks and rocks and a forest that I used to enjoy. But I lost interest when the animals scurried past me, creating a mental theory of my stalker advancing towards me. Worst of all is that my parents are always away on business trips, and I'm always home alone. Silence, the thickened air, blind as the murky mud, pinned, no way out. The bell tolled. My black hair swayed when all the students ran out the door at lightning speed, eager to finish the day. I started to move when my class was empty. I dreaded every movement I made. I gathered all my things and walked out the door, trembling at each step to the front of the school, which was almost vacant except for a few people who loitered around or other kids waiting for their parents to pick them up. I clutched onto my backpack strapped tightly, and the journey on the trail to my home. I walked slowly, turning my head every now and then to find anyone suspicious that might be watching my every step. Noise, the distraction of the trail of footsteps. Sight, failing camera systems. Trapped, no way out. I shook my head, causing my tidy black hair bangs to fly in the air. I picked up the pace when I passed the woods. I turned to it and my eyes widened. What was that? I caught a glimpse of something, but it was enough to draw a basic outline of who it was. It appeared to be a man wearing a mask with some black markings on it. He wore a brownish orange sweater and black jeans. I hurried home as my pace quickened. My feet a few feet away from safety, I reached for the keys in my skirt pocket and I pulled it out. The said object as I believed to hear rapid footsteps coming from behind me. I entered my home and slamming the door behind me, I backed away from the wooden barrier and I looked around my living room and saw the curtains were drawn shut. So not even a creak was shown. I gulped and brushed down the fabric of air slowly as the brink of tears threatened to spear out. I covered my mouth with my hands and darted towards my pills. To the obsidian cabinet and I pushed it against the door. I tiptoed to the kitchen. I grabbed a knife. My pale-skinned hands were shaking in fear as I softly patted my feet up the stairs to my room. A trickle of sweat blanketed my skin, and my black hair stuck to my forehead. As the bead of sweat dripped down my face, fear filled my body. Anxiety was wrapping my brain. Thernite poisoned my blood. I swallowed the lump in my throat as I crawled underneath my favorite black comforter, clasping my ears as I rocked back and forth, squeezing my eyes shut, humming in my head. I pressed my lips to quiver uncontrollably. There is no cars in the driveway, no parents, no phone for calling for help, no protection, no safety. I heard my window began to open slowly, very slowly. That's when I felt footprints approach the bed, taunting, high and teasing. I jumped out of the bed and launched the knife towards the intruder, but completely missing. I heard him chuckle at my actions. I scrambled to my closet. A hand snatched out I gripped the doorknob only to stop midway. The stranger wrapped one arm around my waist and grabbed my wrist in a huge hand, resting his masked face on my shoulder, whispering, "I love you, darling. I want to show you how much I love you, though." He chuckled darkly as his hands sneaked down my waist to my thighs and lit up my favorite blue skirt. "Please, no, don't do this," I whispered. "I have always had you teasing me for so long. I watched you sleep, eat, move, everything. I love you, and you love me, right? Of course you do. You look so innocent when you were sleeping. I kept a journal of what I'll do to you, or of what punishments as well," he giggled. "Punishments? Please, no." I struggled in his grasp, and yet he seemed to enjoy it. "Your voice is very sexy. I can't use it." He chuckled as he literally threw me to the bed and quickly straddled my waist, keeping my knees pinned and my shoulders pinned to the soft fabric. He shackled my wrists to the headboard and did the same to my feet. Psychology, a delusional disease. Insanity, a fun game. Capture, a cat and mouse. He grabbed the knife and used it to tear open my gray button-up blouse, revealing my red bra. "Now, let's the real fun begin," he laughed maniacally and swooped his claws to my breast. "By the way, dear, I want you to moan my name. Moan Masky."